we're not live.
Okay,
No.
can someone? Okay, well now we're live. Can someone tell me what the fuck is going on?
Basically, just chime in when you feel like you need to. Like, that's about what happens.
That was the least helpful thing you could have said.
Hello and welcome to Game of Nodes, a weekly podcast from independent validator teams. And with us this week, we have additional vibes brought to us by Bernd from Zion. It was the show title, of course, being the only Zion-related pun I could think of off the top of my head. And if that's not pronounced exactly how I think it is, then the pun doesn't even work.
You're good. No, it worked. It's good enough.
I mean, I don't think there's actually. I don't think there's plausibly another way you could pronounce that word other than
We get Zion a lot. Like
ion.
it's
Zion.
wrong, but it is Zion. So
Yeah,
it's
it's
correct.
Zion. Yeah.
Well, Zion
it's
would be with an E, wouldn't it?
Well,
Yeah.
like
Zion
Like
would be
noble
with a Z.
gas.
Yeah.
like yeah.
It's kind of
It's like
like the accounting software, like Xero. Started with an X.
Talking to the wrong people about accounting softwares.
Like, accounting.
I'm like, yeah, me.
I mean, I don't want to get it onto the classic like Game of Nodes talk accounting here, but I had a thing the other day where I had to submit a load of receipts, right? And so I just like sent this email stuffed with PDFs to our finance guys, right? I was like, everything is in here. Don't know. This is not my. This is kind of not my job anyway. And they were like, okay, we've got this great new idea. We've set up HubDoc, and then you can add them as you go. And I was like, adding them as we go and tagging them is not the problem that we have. Time is the problem. And now there's 2 steps between this and this. So what's going to happen is exactly the same thing in 3 months' time.
Man,
Yeah, of
HubDoc
course.
is awesome. You just forward fucking everything there, and then you set up automatic.
They're all the
syncing.
same. You always forward like the bill.com. That's all it is forwarding.
Do you know what fucks me off? Is that all of these providers, you can't just set an invoicing fucking address. Like, why can't you just set an invoicing address?
Wait, what do you mean you can't set an invoicing address?
What?
There's
Yes,
so
you
many.
can.
So many.
Absolutely can.
Yeah, on some.
You literally
There's so
can.
many you can't.
So use
Like,
those.
Wait,
No,
what-
like, you know, I use like 20 different fucking providers for things. They don't all
This
have
week
it.
on
And then-
Game of Nodes Solve Null's Problems.
what do you? I mean, what are you asking about?
We're
What do
talking
you
like
mean
an
accounting
invoicing
software.
email address. Like you give an email address and they send the invoice to it. Whereas,
Oh, you mean like as an attachment? Is that what you mean?
yeah, exactly.
And not
Like
like you have
some-
to log in and download some stupid shit.
Yeah, like OVH doesn't even fucking send you the invoice. There's no way I can find for them to send you the invoice in an email.
Right.
You
Okay.
just have to fucking log in every month and download the invoice. It's fucking
That
annoying.
is a useful bitch. I agree.
Yeah.
That's I agree.
That's definitely on you, man. OVH,
Right.
OVH, you can configure to have email billing. Although, if you
No,
order,
it sends me an email. It sends an email. It doesn't send me the fucking invoice.
Guys, what the fuck are we doing?
okay, so let's move on from this. But
Anyway.
you really can solve this. No,
We can take this offline.
You can,
Oh,
you
yeah,
can look at
later.
the
Really want
OVH
to take this off,
console. I'll help you with it. Like we can sync up on time zone and we can look at, or talk to your rep. That's another way.
I abandoned my rep, man. He didn't do shit for me anymore.
Me too. Those guys are
I-
useless.
I asked them to combine. Actually, related to be fair, I asked them to combine all our invoices into one, and they just did not reply. So now we get 2 on the same day, about 2 hours apart, because for some reason that's the exact billing cycle for them.
That sounds pretty standard for fucking OVH.
How do we get on this fucking topic? Where do we start
Dude,
with this?
it's
I don't
not
know,
only did we
so,
get on this topic, but how
yeah.
did we not get off of this topic?
How do we get off this topic?
So, yeah, we've got guests today.
Introduce them.
Yes.
They haven't been briefed on the rules, though. Usually the guests don't talk until at least 40 minutes. So,
Okay.
But anyway, welcome.
Thank you.
So we have
Thank you.
We have 2 representatives from Burnt Zion. We have Ash and the founder and CEO, and I forgot your name already. Thank you. Welcome.
You're good. My name's Anthony. This is Montes, the CTO as well.
Anthony, you know what the problem is? Like everywhere I'm looking here, your name
Do
is
tell.
just Burnt.
Well, yeah, no, it's me doing a bad job like 3 years ago. I'm like, I'm gonna do this, fully anonymous, and now here we are 3 years later, and I'm just fucking lazy. It's difficult. I'm done.
So
Like, it's tiring.
Get a new birth certificate.
So Burn is a company name and Zion is a chain name. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Because that
Yeah.
keeps like thrown together all the time, but it's really Zion.
It's like Apple
Okay.
Macintosh is how we like to describe it. Apple is Burnt, and then Macintosh is Zion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, easy.
Get it? Yeah.
Right?
Get it?
Yeah.
All right. So,
So-
and
so
I'll
who's
give a little
Steve Jobs?
context. Oh, yeah, no,
so
that's
do you-
me.
Right.
I have a
tell us-
turtleneck somewhere. Unfortunately, it's just not on me. But normally in a turtleneck, a very visionary. That's how people describe me all the time. But I guess a little background for me. I think I got a message like 2 minutes ago, 2
Yeah.
minutes before this started. Are you coming on the stream? I forgot to remind you. I have no idea what's actually
has-
going on right now.
That has to be from
And then I'm like, Montes, join. He's like, fuck it. All right. And here we are.
Well, to be fair, we did talk about this fucking weeks ago, but I guess not with you. There was like Ash
With Jean.
and like Jean in on the conversation there, and they're like, yeah, we'll come on, but like in 3 weeks' time, and then that's a long time for me, so I forgot.
Yeah, me too.
That's
So-
a lifetime.
In crypto?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, the bull market could well have been gone already. I mean, has it started? I'm not sure.
Yeah, we're back.
I think it's been.
Well,
gone, hasn't it?
given how much soul I lost this week in fucking meme coins, I would
I
have
do want
to
to talk
like-
about that. I do want to talk
Oh
about
yeah.
that. Yeah.
The
Did you
meme
see that
coin.
they finished off the whiff on the sphere? They were raising like 400 grand to put a week advertisement of dog with a hat on the Vegas sphere.
Were they-
and
Were they?
they got it. Yeah. It was like they got it, and so hopefully we'll see soon. Whiff on a sphere.
Oh my god damn it. We were just talking about dog with a hat last week. That was like our whole topic. Yeah.
Ram
I think
I
it
was
had
talking about
650K.
accounting softwares.
Yeah. It had like more liquidity than like half the fucking pools on osmosis or something. It was some ridiculous number on there.
I mean,
And
it's top
slot-
100 on CoinMarketCap. I'm pretty sure. Don't
That's
fucking
perfect.
quote me on that, but I'm like pretty sure.
So, just for the burnt guys, then to give a brief on how these podcasts usually go is, we invite you on here, talk shit for 90 minutes, ignore the project you're from, and then just
Yeah.
fucking all of a sudden stop. So, welcome.
Cool.
I mean, to
Yeah.
be fair, with Aleo, we obviously, we could have talked about privacy and stuff around the protocol and any number of things, and we remembered at about 84 minutes in,
Oh shit.
and very
Yeah.
briefly, we very briefly talked about zero knowledge for about 3 minutes, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then-
Yeah. And so what was everyone's favorite hack in this industry? Favorite exploit, hack, anything that ended up on Rec News. Let's go around and just talk about our favorite. I'll go first. Mine was definitely the Mango Markets one, where the guy stole the Mango Market token, then did a governance proposal to not charge himself for any criminal activities, obviously then doxing himself, to which then he got arrested.
That is an awesome one. I don't think I've heard of that one.
Oh, that was the best.
Neither.
That was my
Well,
fucking favorite.
Well, if the DAO votes not to press charges, then they can't press charges.
Well, he had all the fucking tokens because he just
Yeah, exactly.
exploited the. So dumb.
I guess, I'm not really too familiar with all the hacks and shit because I don't really read rec.news. But I think that what is familiar to everybody in this group, at least, would be, collapses of various things. And
Oh,
I
that
think
that,
the one
can, that
dearest
could
to
also
all
count,
of,
yeah.
well, the one dearest to all of our hearts would probably be like Terra Collapse and the absolute fucking nightmare that was for everybody involved. So I'm sure everybody at this table, did six figures on that. So
I remember I have like my last message with Doe is I'm like, hey man, Just want to let you know that you got this. You know, fuck the FUD. And he's like, thanks, bud.
Thanks, man.
Didn't have it. Yeah, didn't have it.
did not have
Didn't
it.
have it. No, did not have it. It was it was like we went out for a drink at this local bar. And there's like this great photo of me just looking at the Binance order book as it slowly becomes all red and then all the greens like goes to nothing. And like this great photo of me holding it up of just a giant red candle. It's incredible days.
Meme
times.
vibes. I do believe that the Fray was buying into Terra as it was collapsing.
Well, okay, right. So it
do
was
tell.
like the second it sort of like properly depegged, it was like this project's obviously going to zero, like
Yeah.
100% is going to zero. But I was like, they will resuscitate it. Like even the name is not worth zero. Like this
Yeah.
industry is too dumb. So I was just like, okay, we're just gonna. This is very bull market. We were coming. Remember, we were still at the tail end of the last bull market, right? So we actually
Yeah.
had some cash in the bank, and it was just like, okay, let's throw.
Well, like
few
what
pennies
price? Like was it at like
into-
pennies or was it at like 40 cents?
It was still on the way down. Let's say.
Okay.
I think it was like
Right.
$40 if I remember correctly. Because
Oh, okay. So actually,
I got
Terra,
it in.
Yeah. So the point was to buy an amount that was substantially cheaper than it would be when the chain was resuscitated, with the assumption that they would checkpoint after a point and you would get your money back, right? And you would make money on that. It was a bet, and you have to go be prepared to lose what you put in. And the
Yeah.
long and the short of it is we lost what we put in. Like the amount, because it was like
It happens.
it was a buy-in at several stages, and at the
Yeah.
point where we bought in and it was past the point where they still later checkpointed it wasn't enough, like, because it was worth so little after that point when it was on the new chain that it all evened out to zero basically. So YOLO, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I feel like in some point I checked in with you and you were up at some point.
Hypothetically, because there was a whole point where they were talking about where the checkpoint was going to be, and it was like much later, and it was like we've got like 100. If you mark it at that point, we've got like hundreds of thousands or something. So like, because the price is so low, but you're like, well, the price will be even lower on the new chain, so the whole thing becomes redundant, right?
Well,
But
that was like
maybe
they
we'll
had to
make
halt
out
it.
yeah, it was, in hindsight, perhaps an insensitive, degenerate move to those that were losing huge amounts of money. But equally,
It would have been great if it worked
would-
out.
I don't know. We took a lot of flack during Prop 16, so I feel like we did our share trying to save one blockchain, so we have to do our bit just shitting on another one crashing and burning, right?
Do you know what?
What did you
I
learn?
think that I think that
Oh,
it's
never trade, never day trade, right? You never day trade, never trade. In fact, don't trade at all, right? The only main Cosmos trade I think we've made as a business was during like app chain winter, where all of the app chains were launching. We got paid in native tokens in a few of the chains for some stuff, and we shuffled it into Atom because it was like all these new chains are launching, and like, will these tokens be worth anything in like a year? Fuck knows. And then that was like, I don't know, like October, November 2021, maybe. And then like a lot of that generation of chains actually became worth like quite a bit of dollary dues in January, February 2022, outstripping Atom. And yeah, essentially like we screwed ourselves with the tax, because we owed the tax. The tokens that we got when they were gaining in value, converted it to Atom, which stayed static, and then we had this big tax bill to pay off. But the tax year ended after the bull market crashed. So
Yeah.
Well, we're just gonna have to sell it all anyway to pay the tax bill and end up with no dollars from all of those trades where we were like, we want to hedge our risk. Yeah, we're actually being very clever. We're actually managing risk here. That's what we're going to do. Atom's a safe harbor. Yeah, that's just never should trade. That's what I learned.
That's how we learn.
That's how we learn. This is from a friend of the show, Artifact. People give us coins, we sell those coins. That's the only trading strategy. Like
It's outbound only.
yeah, I wish we had learned from that. God, and the amount, and we said it a lot. I mean, you guys probably haven't heard the show before. I know this is a big thing from our end, but probably Null as well. Like a lot of compounding, a lot of taxable events.
The level of fucking degenery and compounding sort of dictated what strategy we took for tax as a company. Boom, drink.
The worst was like the insane amount of yield farming pools that auto compounded on each other and then trying to go to your accountant with that. I'm not going back to fucking accountant softwares on this.
I was talking to just speaking of accountants, I was talking to Rama this week about this fucking Sol meme coin bullshit, and he was saying he's not looking forward to doing the tax return when he's like, you know, having to put on there the token names of these things that is maybe token contracts would be the better thing to put on there, because you know, when you got something like Come Genie 9000 gay fucking Rodney and you're like got that on your statement for the you know, for the accountants, it's like, yeah, you know, that's what I made the money on. So
Mr. Rama, you lost $20,000 on Come Genie Rodney liquidity pool. Yes,
9,000.
sir. Yes, I did.
no, it's more like you made $20,000 on
Yeah, on
What
Cumrocket,
is-
if
what
anyone
is
remembers
this?
that one.
That's right.
Oh yeah. Well, Cumrocket was the big one.
Cumrocket was
Big
huge.
boy. Yeah, Rama in the chat. Lost, sir. Come on. Rama don't lose on
It's
shit
just a matter of
coins.
time. It's just a matter of time.
You know, Rama is like he makes these wins on these shit coins, and then he drags in the liquidity. Then he's like, "Oh, look at this fucking I'm making like all this money on shit coin. You should get in." Boom, 5 Sol gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't that just pump and dumping?
Would
Is
you
there
shut
a
the
new
fuck
term for
up?
this? Okay.
Shut the fuck. Yeah, dude.
That's
No.
exactly what it is, Ash. It's
No,
fucking
it's
pump and
not.
That
dump.
is exactly.
But
what it is.
it's fun. It's the shitcoin casino.
You're
It's what
investing
you
in
do.
a
You go-
community. is
Well,
what it
hang
is.
on, no. Doesn't this just mean that you're Rama's exit liquidity?
No, because he's
No,
juiced in.
because
He's juiced in.
There is, yeah, I'm juiced in now.
He's
There's
part of the pump.
literally, like, there is a new coin every fucking half a second. So, you know, you just have to be on the first buy, and then you have to get out within like 30 seconds.
Yeah, easy, guys. Here's your new strategy for the bull market. Just buy low and then sell high.
That's a good idea,
What
man.
is-
Why
what
didn't I
even
think of
is
that?
It's fucking dumb.
So, are you going to create like a? Do you have a token page we can look and see what fucking shit coins you've bought in this situation?
Man, my Sol wallet, this Phantom thing that I had to get, is just fucking littered with dust. worthless dust. I'm like, I can't even get that off the wallet. I don't even like. I probably should have, you know, used a non-Sol somehow, so that I wasn't like, because I sent it there from a sec. So when the government
Mhm.
comes knocking, they're going to see that and they're like, what in the fuck is this?
Are you doing?
How could you have possibly lost 10 grand in one wallet in one day?
You have no idea the power that I hold.
Exactly. Solana's up to $160.
You
though, so
have no idea my power to fucking throw Sol at the wall.
I've only seen this power once before, this raw strength once before. It didn't scare me then, but it does now.
Is there like a Cosmos equivalent of that fucking pump thing? I don't know.
Chihuahua back in the day?
Mate.
Astroport has a lot
Oh,
of stuff
yeah.
right now. So basically, what people
Astro
are doing
Pairs
is
tokens,
they'll
like,
Yeah, they're
I
watching.
do have a couple injective shitcoins. I will be honest.
Yeah, I do too, for sure.
It doesn't have the amount of GIF and meme action though.
No, the Cosmos really seems to cap out at like $5 million market cap, and then the meme coins just kind of fade away. So once you start reaching that point, it's time to sell.
Still pretty good. These are
Just
all,
no one's done anything dumb enough yet,
I
right?
think that, unicorns. Did you guys see that?
I've seen a few unicorns in my day. Yeah.
Unicorn.meme. That one maybe is getting close. If you guys look at
Oh, I
unicorn.meme.
remember that one.
Yeah. I mean, it's got a win-in player and the browser. It's not fucking bad. This kind of this kind of butts up into it if you want to use your.
Montes, what's the stupidest thing you want to do?
I'm pretty sure that the peak of decentralized finance is ohm forks, and I feel like we need to get those back into the cycle. Like, it's been a while since we've had a proper ohm fork run.
And
So,
now, when
Maybe
you
we
wanted
should
to make
talk about the product that we're launching next.
No.
So
Yeah.
I'm okay.
You know, when I mentioned I was getting you guys on, the Frey was talking a lot about fucking abstraction, and now that you're here, he's like, just shut the fuck up about that.
It abstracted it away.
I couldn't get him to
well,
shut the
you
fuck
know,
up
that
2
was-
weeks ago, but now
It's all fun and games when you're like thinking hard about something. It's not fucking fun and games when you're like less than 10 days away from your thesis deadline and you still have not fucking filled in your references at all. Yeah.
You should get on that. Yeah, you should probably get
So-
on that. I mean,
So what happened, right, is because I'm a fucking dickhead, I wrote my thesis not in Emacs like I fucking should have done, not in fucking Word like a filthy casual would have done. I wrote it in a single fucking text file, a .txt file, right? And instead of
what was the logic? Just want to asking for a friend.
I was just fucking exhausted, and it was really easy to sync across work laptop and other laptop and just whatever fucking workstation I was on at any time. It's a fucking TXT file. Worst case scenario, I can literally just fucking dump it in a. And this is especially stupid, right? Because I even have a GitHub repository, like a private repository of loads of other work that I have on the go that's like non-code. So I could have literally just put like even a markdown file with formatting would have been better. And so there's this fucking huge text file. It has equations in it, like rendered in fucking ASCII art, essentially by me in mono fucking space, like working out how many fucking columns across the thing needs to be so that the underscore will look like a bloody divide symbol and shit. Like it is an embarrassing amount of effort at the time. Now I think about it, is tired person going, oh shit, I just need to just put this in a placeholder, spend 20 minutes fucking placeholdering in an equation rather than just reformatting the entire thing. And then you're so deep into it that it's now like a few days before the deadline, and everywhere you should have referenced a paper or a reference or anything, I just put 2 square brackets to remind myself to fill that in later.
Yeah, but don't we all?
It's like fucking 300.
That's
of
how
that.
you do. That's how you do it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
if
I
you just,
walk
write the whole
around
thing-
daily with like 2 square brackets and just keep putting it around shit.
Yeah.
Most of our code base is to-dos, so
Yeah.
Time to pay your tax. Square bracket. Yeah.
To do. Yeah. I mean, really, all of my problems are my what's the Homer Simpson quote? I am the architect and whatever.
Shit, I
That
don't know.
was
Now you got
the
me on that one.
quote. That was the quote. I
Whatever,
am the
man.
architect
I am
or
the
whatever.
architect.
Homer
That's
Simpson.
Matrix. Fucking.
That
No, Homer
almost
Simpson's like,
100% sounds like
what is it?
Homer Simpson.
I am
was
the
something that
solver and
Homer would say.
architect of all my own problems. That sounds too fucking profound for Homer Simpson. He definitely didn't fucking say
No.
that.
No,
I feel like, but I feel like that's a Simpsons quote.
I don't think so. It doesn't sound
Hey,
familiar.
Hey, Usurper, you know what I saw today? Somebody's done steamed hams, but it's sorted by volume
Someone
of,
said Steve
of the
Jobs.
frame, right? So it just starts like dead silent, and it's just this gibberish, like rising to a roar when and there's this really weird bit in the middle where they're eating, and chewing, and it's just this weird 20 seconds of horror. The chewing section
Of
'cause
just
it's all about the
volume.
same volume.
of steamed
You're just like,
hams.
ugh.
What
Yeah.
was this?
I assume
You know
some
the
video
Steam ham
players, that
memes?
platform.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's that, but every frame is sorted by volume from.
So everyone in the chat, go buy $ steamed. We're doing steamed hams by volume, and the volume is actually determined by CoinMarketCap. So, I think Frey, you said we got a Gate and KuCoin listing on that.
100%.
All right, there it is.
It's
We're going
audited
to
by
Mars.
fucking whoever.
Get
man.
the volume up. It's horrifying. It's steamed. It's hams.
Gotta
It's
love it.
audited by a guy at the bus stop.
Oh fuck! Is this already a thing? God, I love this industry.
Like there's a fucking great have you ever been, so like last summer I was at like a fintech conference that wasn't like that crypto, especially at that point in the bear run, and one of the big crypto auditing firms had a booth there, and fucking nobody was biting. It was just a guy sat at a table looking sad with a pile of baseball caps nobody wanted. So, saying that you just like got
What's the
some random
story
guy-
here?
Well, no, because no one was like, oh, just get some random guy at a bus stop to audit it. I was like, at that point, that was just a guy effectively at a bus stop waiting for somebody to just like come and
That's true.
release him from hell.
That's true. There are some auditing firms that I would say are like that now as well. I'm not going to say the exact names, but you could probably imagine.
Yeah. What the fuck is the Steam thing? This
I think this is a real project, dude. This is
no,
on
it's a real
Binance.
project. I was with their
A real
website.
project.
$60 million paid out to Steam users since June. June of what year? Number one, but
That
still,
kind of
$60
sounds
million.
like a security to me. I'm just saying.
No, it's some stupid
Does not
social
pass
thing.
the Howey test.
What the fuck is this? God damn it, you guys! What'd you just find?
They have two
$1.2
websites.
million transactions.
It's powering communities and opportunities.
There
I'm
you go.
so where do we
Guys, dude, they've processed more transactions than the mere 500,000 Ethereum transactions that have been processed.
Already used by over 1 million people on 324
Oh,
Steam ham-based apps. Started in June 28. Their little icon looks like a
Wait, June
Cock
of
and
what year?
balls.
Because they said fast.
Who
They say
knows? They
fast
keep-
transactions.
yeah. They keep throwing shit out.
They said 2018. Started in 2018.
Of 2018.
Steam It
Oh,
is
wow,
a
this is an
social
oldie.
blogging platform. Oh, this looks Chinese.
Oh wow, yeah. Look at its price chart. It really popped off in 2016. That's
Oh, no,
crazy.
Steam It is that old.
Oh,
old
it.
thing.
That's it. This is it. That's Steam It.
Oh, this is Steam It.
Yeah.
I haven't heard this fucking thing in forever.
It's like-
so it's a token for Steam It. Steam as in steamed hams.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's not.
Of course, as one
steamed
does.
hams. Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay, it's cool. So they pivoted from social blogging to
And they
ham
have-
appreciation.
I mean,
Yeah, and they have-
something.
What the fuck is DTube? Instead of picking their
Decentral-
DTube.
I feel like
All
they
right.
could have had a better branding on their video platform.
All right, I'm clicking on hot videos on DTube. This could go downhill really
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
This might go.
You could do
It's loading.
trending.
So just feeling out the room while that's loading. Spoda seems like a solid investment, right?
Spoda?
Is that on pump?
Yeah.
As long as it has.
I've made about 7 investments during this this podcast.
You have the look of a serious investor, to be fair.
uh,
You've got
I
your
had to look this up.
Uh.
Apparently, the first 3 definitions are just racial slurs.
Of Spoda.
of
Yeah.
Spoda. Man, nothing's loading on
Really?
DTube. What the, who
It's
knows?
best not to Google anything you see on Pump.
Are you telling me, Usurper, that DTube is not adequately decentralized to be up?
Yeah, it
I
doesn't
think
look
it's
like it.
actually so decentralized that they. I don't even. There's no fucking videos here.
It's running
so
on
decentralized that it can't stand up because it's just it both
Exactly.
Boom.
Weight.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. It's fighting for consensus here, and they just can't hit it.
I'm
Yep,
pulling
that's right.
videos from somebody's phone attached in Vietnam somewhere. It's exactly what's going on.
Someone's
over
getting
a
like a
3G
ding on
connection.
their terminal. Like, is someone using this?
It's always
Oh,
trying to
shit.
fucking-
The
We're
fuck
getting
is going
user.
on?
guys. We got 8
We're
times
back.
traffic.
It's the bull market. We got users again.
Call the VCs.
Quickly get them back on the
Quick,
phone. This
quick.
thing's popping off.
They said if we had users, they would give us more money. We have users.
We got traction, guys. Please. I know it's not a lot now, but it snowballs up.
DTube says it's 0.55 cents, but it doesn't say what denomination that is. I don't know. I wish it would load.
$4,000 Ethereum. I mean, Schulte, how do you feel about that personally?
About what?
$4,000 Ethereum.
So one of my favorite things about ETH Denver a couple of weeks ago was that I'm very not ETH aligned at all. And so I told people that, and almost every single time people get like angry at me
Wait
for
a
like
second.
daring.
You're telling me
pushback.
that interchain security failed, but EigenLayer is $100 million from A16Z? I mean, that's not the same exact thing, right?
As far as security goes, I mean, I think it's fine, but Ethereum is just a horrible. The interface
That
of it,
didn't
man.
fucking land. God damn,
every-
that didn't fucking land. Jesus Christ. All right, it's a tough crowd here. Fucking, we love data availability.
What the fuck does data availability even mean? That's
No one knows
that's
what it's
actually- that's
It
actually
gets
the
the people
title of-
going.
that's the title of my next paper, actually.
That's
What
that's
the
a
fuck-
thesis
what
you're
the fuck
defending.
is data availability, an ethnotechnical study of something crypto.
You just pull up the .txt file and then let me know.
Yeah, fucking
To do
You
in
used
brackets.
my
you'll
TXT
get it
file
there.
of facetious paper titles that I didn't use.
Yeah.
Right.
Also,
mean-
it was interesting. I'm looking at the title now because I didn't see it before. I don't think whoever made the title knows what a pun is, because it's like a lion, just rhymes. It's not a pun.
Is there supposed to be a pun?
Well, I was told that the title was a pun on the word Zion, and I just saw the
I
title.
guess
and
it's adjacent. It's adjacent to a pun, but actually well,
it's pun adjacent.
it's pun adjacent. I think.
Okay.
It's, yeah. The word Zion is just the same word with one letter change, so it is it's functionally the same word.
Yeah. It actually barely rhymes.
Yeah, like, well, a pun is. Wait, hang on.
Listen, Tony, that's enough shit out of you, mate.
I'm just saying. What you said, we're talking shit for 90 minutes, and I'm just trying to keep the conversation going.
Actually,
Well, I
lion
mean,
lion
yeah.
is the pronunciation we use for it's Zion. You know, it's
Zion. Yeah, Zion.
yeah.
Well, I mean, no, hang on. I'm not going to be gaslit about this. It is a pun because it relies on.
First of all,
relies on
yes,
similar-
you will.
Yeah,
it relies on
one.
similar
You're gonna go
sounds
back on.
right
You're gonna go
now.
back on mute.
it relies on similar sounding words that in fact have different meanings. Because in this case, fine. Well, actually, no. Both Zions are both proper nouns, aren't they?
Like, wouldn't that be
Well,
a simile?
I think it's a
What?
metaphor.
It's not
'cause it doesn't
fucking
use like
simile.
or as.
I don't know what a simile is. I mean, I'm from Australia, man. We don't do grammar here.
You did fucking shit, apparently. You fucking simile.
It's definitely
like
an
the-
onomatopoeia. I'm pretty confident about that.
You're like the aliens in that China Myville book that can't do advanced language constructs, and so like have to trade with humans for.
I also love Dune. I'm glad we're bringing that up. Dune 2 is phenomenal.
Fuck
not-
off, man. I
I-
haven't seen it yet
Why haven't you seen it? That's your fault.
because I'm allergic to cinemas.
I really, really want to see it, but I haven't been able to get there, and my expectations are so low.
Why are they low?
Well, because every time in life you expect something to be like up to the hype, you end up just sat there in a pool of
No, I get that.
cool
yeah.
piss, just wondering
Yeah.
what the fuck you're doing there, and I just can't. I just, Mott man. I'm just like, it's gonna be a piece of shit. Probably, I probably will think it's shit, But
I mean, it's a good movie. I don't think you have to like. It's not like God's gift to the earth. I don't know.
I feel like you're a little invested.
It's no-
like overly
It's
invested.
no Master
in
and
this.
Commander, eh? No
Yeah, it's
Master
no
and
Star
Commander?
Troop. Charles,
Yeah, I
there's no
mean-
Star Troop commanders here, but anyone play Helldivers too?
no, don't have time for video games anymore.
Oh yeah, too busy.
Well, not like-
putting brackets.
Gotta
with
spend
to-do.
time doing this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking. Well, no, but this
This
is
is-
like it's night, right? Everybody's fucking asleep here. Like this is
Oh.
the only thing I would be doing instead of this is, yeah, probably playing video games or being asleep. So this
Okay.
is literally my XCOM. This is my XCOM time.
So I'm not an asshole, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, I more or less, yeah. But like I get right, Helldivers, you have to like actually pay attention and you can't just like pause and just fucking sack off for 12 hours and then rejoin, which is like a key component of my attention span for video games at the moment.
Okay.
Like
I mean, missions take like 20 minutes. I think it's a very in and out 20-minute adventure kind of thing.
oh yeah?
Yeah.
You play
I
what
didn't know we were drinking.
well,
I was
but
gonna
how-
say, what are we drinking over there?
wait, but hold up a
Is
second.
it-
Hold up a
We're
second.
always
Right,
drinking.
Is it
you're,
not nighttime? Like,
you're
What?
working on
5:45.
That's 5:45.
you're working on
It's
what
after
kind of
midday.
machine? You're working on a MacBook?
Yeah, MacBook. Well, I have a PlayStation right over there.
Oh right. I was gonna say, how the fuck are you playing Helldivers?
Yeah. How did you know I was on a Mac? Do I just give off Mac? Oh, Steve Jobs. We went over
who
this
isn't
earlier.
on a fucking
We-
Mac in this
Steve
room?
Jobs over.
Like, put your hand
If
up.
I took a fucking wild get, like I think like one frame, whatever the volume of that frame was into this call, I was like
MacBook. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it
Well, I
makes
mean,
sense.
Ash has got fucking what appears to be Apple headphones on, so he's a Mac guy, and Tony is everything, all the vibes I'm getting says Mac.
All the vibes.
I read him more.
Tony-
as like
Tony, do we have
an
the same
iPad
headphones on?
keyboard.
No, but I think you and I do.
Oh. Yeah. 300%.
Yeah,
Wait,
they,
what's your
they
name?
do not look like pleb tier fucking headphones. So
These are.
You sipper?
are they?
Yeah.
Are they like
Pretty much.
Logitech or something?
No, I forget what brand they are.
AKGs.
Yeah.
Audio
they're AKG.
Technica.
I think that are they the audio? Are they the AKG ones that aren't referenced but are still like pretty good?
They're like $40-$50 or something. They're cheap.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the guy
they're
told
not
me it
bad.
was for podcasts, and I'm like, yeah, sign me up.
There you go.
I'll take it
Not a
for.
lick of research.
Hey, I'm the only guy that's not wearing
Man.
fucking headphones.
I was gonna say it's definitely a bold strategy. I don't think I've really seen a lot of your kind before.
Hmm. Yes,
Is there a reason you don't like headphones? You lost your headphones?
I find them constricting.
I mean, this
It
is
would ruin his
probably
hair.
like this would be the first week I've worn headphones
Interesting. Ever?
on this podcast. Maybe a handful of
Oh.
times.
Yeah,
But
maybe.
I'm feeling it. It's usually you've got the blurry background. and you
Oh,
have
we
these two
peer
holes in
pressured
your
him into it.
fucking-
Oh, we peer pressured him into it.
Heyo.
There you
will
go.
be
Does
gaslit.
everybody feel a little bit less naked now? I
little
How
felt
does
like
that
really
feel
like
on your
them.
ears, though? Like,
Yeah,
Those look
That's-
fancy as fuck too.
they do look fancy.
These
he's
are
literally sitting in a room filled with audio gear. You would have to
Yeah.
imagine. He would have
There's like at
fucking
least
half decent
3
headphones
Marshall
lying
speakers there.
Right.
You know when you said how do those feel on your ears? They're actually so large that they go around your ears, so you don't feel them on your ears. That's sort of the point.
Ah. They float above your head.
I mean, yeah, they do. That's what this thing is. It tensions the head strap so that you can wear them for like long periods of time.
All right, so tell me what the hell Zion is.
It's
I
about
really
that
wanted to
time
go
in
through
the
this
40
whole
minutes.
thing.
I'm done with this
Well,
fucking topic.
nice
So
one.
I'm trying to,
I really wanted to. I mean, guys, we should talk about tax.
I'm reading the site and I'm trying to figure out what the hell it is. Tell me what the hell it is.
Why don't you take your wildest guess and then I'll go.
Does it have line goes up technology? That's really
yeah.
the
I
main
cannot
question.
comment on
We're
that, and you
validators
know
doing due
damn well
diligence,
that I
right?
can't
That is
comment
the
on that.
question.
I don't know. It has like built for humanity, which makes me automatically hate it. But can you
I'll take it.
Tell me, tell me,
I'll take it.
tell me
dude.
what it is. Like there's the front page looks
Yeah,
like
so
a lot of
We
just
built for
more-
humanity.
Yeah, like what the fuck does that mean? Like
So is that the one with the upside down fucking website? You have to go up.
No, that's
No?
Bear
That's
Chain.
Barachain.
That's Bear Chain.
Yeah.
Up only. That's
I
a-
mean,
hey,
I'll
that's a
take,
good
Man,
I'll
I
take
was-
the comparison. Yeah, I'll take the comparison any day.
I'm sure.
I was
Yeah,
scrolling
sure.
for about 7 minutes down, just going, "What the fuck is going on with this thing?" Where's the
Yeah,
rest of
I
this website?
also. Yeah, that was my issue. On
You
that.
should have
I don't-
guessed though, because like in Australia, don't you scroll the other way anyway?
Yeah, man,
up.
because we're totally on the other side, so everything's upside down.
It's
Yeah.
upside down.
I'm actually sitting on the ceiling right now.
Whoa, all this
Got
time.
great core strength to do that.
Well, I mean, the gravity actually goes the other way here. So
Oh,
walk outside, the house is upside down, you just float into the sky.
you got
Does the
flying
water-
cars there already?
Does the water in the toilet go the other way? That
goes
is the thing,
up.
isn't it?
Goes up.
We don't actually have water in the toilet here. We just shit in there and then pick it back out and put it in a plastic bag.
I imagine just a giant spider eats it. Isn't that my impression of Australia? Like a.
Well, sometimes I feed it to the giant spider.
Do you?
But you know, it's really dry here. It's like a fucking desert. So there's
Yeah.
not a lot of water to go around. Like I have to go out and ask for water from people on the street. Have a little bit of water.
Well, but
Get
they
some
but
spare
they have water.
bro.
Yeah.
Why don't
Like
You
the,
have
the
water,
street
they have
people
water.
do, yeah. I have the house, they have the water. So
Oh, it's like one of those bartering societies that you live in.
yeah, I say I have
Yeah.
a house, can I have some water?
Yeah.
And they're like, yes.
Water.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like,
What
I
are you
saw
gonna
that.
give me?
but you don't give them anything. You just
No.
No, you just
Okay.
has a house.
I just
I
came
have
out
the
of this
status
house.
of having a house, so give me one. It's an airdrop, kind of. Like
No,
Yeah,
it's,
it's like
it's
on
like
the
Barter
street.
Kinda
Town.
is.
Yeah, like Tina Turner runs it. Use a big cage. You guys gotta trade
Oh.
water for X and Y. You guys saw it,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
Pictures of it
yeah.
around.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen that.
You've seen
I
that,
tried
right?
I tried to barter sand, it didn't fly. No one wants that shit.
Really?
I'm
I
like,
was
you
gonna
can make
say-
computers, man. And they're like, don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's a little the jump between sand and computers is it's a stretch.
I mean, it takes
But-
like, some time. I
Few
guess.
thousand.
Yeah. I mean,
After the collapse now, all those
Light.
fucking secondhand hard drives aren't going to save you. Only like a really, really reliable diesel car will.
My hard drives have zero wear, my friend. They're holding their resale value.
Oh yeah, there's all those secondhand hard drives you buy, and they're finally paying off for you. Yeah?
I don't have secondhand hard drives. I don't know where you're getting your information. Ah, those fucking ones old mate fucked me over on. Yeah, that was weird. I sent them back just the other day, actually. They fucked. Anyway, so Anthony, you were going to tell
Niche
us about
fucking content that one.
Zion.
I was I actually really wanted to see if I could get through this entire podcast. Now we're talking about Zion. But I
Well, you
guess
can if
that's
you
good.
want.
No,
But,
I mean,
Yeah, you
No,
can.
dude, it's
No,
fucking
okay.
40 minutes in. You know the rules. We got to talk about Zion now. Is this
Well,
a fucking
we did
format? Come
mention
on.
you said it was at like 87 minutes we did it.
I
That
thought
was
yeah,
just
it was
one
a
time we got
90-minute
excited.
project. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not exciting you guys. That hurts my feelings. And if that was your-
Well,
your
bring
goal,
more memes.
congratulations. I'm fucking trying, guys. Anyway,
I
Zion.
mean, you have shat on the name of the fucking show pretty hard for a good 5 minutes. So
no, I think the
feel
Game
like-
of Nodes is a good pun. That's a pun.
Yeah, this podcast started like 4-ish years ago, I'm guessing, which is when this was a good pun. And now it's nothing.
Well, wasn't the Game of Nodes a testnet of Cosmos?
no.
No, it was. They did use that though. No, it wasn't Game of Notes though. It was something. It was close though,
I
wasn't it?
think they used Game of something for.
Yeah.
They had Game of
ICF.
Chains
For
was the first
ICF,
one. They've had a couple of
Game
they've
of
had a couple
Chains.
of Game
Game of
of
Chains?
Game of Chains was the first one.
Game of Stakes
Yeah.
was the original Cosmos staking thingy-majiggy. And then they used Game of Chains.
Oh, the IBC one was Game of Chains, and then they
Yeah.
had
Right.
what was the Shilty? You might remember what the
I thought that was
security one,
ICF.
the shared security.
Great question.
It was like
I'm in
that,
a
though.
flame war right now, so I'm a little distracted.
we
Then-
whatever we shat on ICS, so
Yeah.
I didn't
Uh,
shit on ICS. I actually complimented ICS.
Okay, well I'll shit on ICS then. ICS.
Okay,
fine.
well,
Yeah.
There we go.
Anyway.
I'll join you. Okay.
And yeah, I mean, who was here first? Well, Game of Stakes was, but fuck it. We're
All right.
It's pretty close though.
Yeah. So Game of Stakes episode 105, like a Zion. And Zion is the blockchain built for humanity.
Did you just read your own website? Is that your talking points? The fucking headlines on your
Yeah,
website?
dude, it's like I'm looking at a Word doc right here, and it's like built for humanity, and then a bunch of blank bullet points.
Yeah, it's like just placeholders. Like
Fuck.
Placeholders.
fill this
Shit, I
in
thought they
when
would've-
we know what the fuck
I
we're
thought they
doing.
would
Yeah,
have
what
gotten
the
that.
hell?
Shit.
Shit.
Fuck.
How are we
I
on
shouldn't
about?
fire the marketing person now. I don't know what to talk about. On a real fucking topic, the way that we talk about Zion, it's just a UX focused chain. So ideally, the projects that deploy on us feel like Web2 experiences. That's why we say humanity. Protocol level account abstraction, the whole glitz and glamour that come with that. USDC as ideally everything's denominated in dollars, but then settles to a Zion token. We launched testnet about a month and a half ago with about 1 million users and then 12.5 million transactions. Just lit myself on fire last week to celebrate mainnet launch. 3 years ago, I bought a Banksy art piece and I lit it on fire and sold that as an NFT. There's a lot that goes on with the project. But I mean, if we really wanted to go back to the tax accounting software, I'm not opposed.
So tell me, is there like
Is
what's
this
the interop?
a blockchain?
Yes.
It is a blockchain, yeah. But what's the interop? Like, are you going to be able to use the account abstraction from Zion on other chains, or?
Yeah, so like one thing, like I think the winner of this last hackathon, built a way. They're called Nomos, but effectively they utilize interchain accounts to effectively take what we built with generalized abstraction for an easy login, and then being able to buy and sell NFTs on Talus, which is the NFT marketplace on Injective. And so starting off with IBC, with ICA, and then eventually whether it's Union or Polymer or Landslide, kind of going to AVAX and these other chains and being able to interop that way.
So how long until you become EVM?
Ask like Union or fucking Polymer, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe we just roll kit
that's
there.
the Cosmos way, right? You get your product and then you pivot to EVM in like 2 months.
Montes, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that we need another EVM on the Cosmos. I think that it hasn't been tried enough times and always results in failure. So,
well, unless you can just copy paste fucking contracts, the Uniswap contract, then do you even have a chain?
Yeah, I mean, like if you don't have a yield aggregator with 20% on stablecoins, what the fuck are you doing? At points, you need points because then you're not a blockchain either.
on board.
So I did read up into the protocol
Humanity?
a little bit. Yeah, humanity. I read into humanity, didn't like it, turned around, came back.
Checks out.
But
your
anyway,
chain.
so
Whatever.
yeah, fuck it, I like humanity. That ain't for me. Did you want to tell us a little bit just like about the
No.
Okay, well, fuck it. Don't worry, I tried.
All right, fine. What were you gonna ask?
Like, I'm a bit of a dumb, right? I'm not a coder or anything like that, but I did sort of find it interesting that you've got, the email authentication methods, other like Web 2 type authentication methods, presumably like some sort of auth O type situation. But you've also got like the regular.
Sorry, was that OAuth? But because you're Australian, you just had a guess. you just had a guess at author. It's like that. You authorize
It's
Author.
upside down and backwards, baby. But
you get on.
you've also.
You type on the keyboard and you say, "I want to author" on the blocker.
On the old Blocko.
Like, yeah, I mean, I should have probably renamed it to be like, something. Yeah, I was trying to think of something Bazarish, but can't really come up with it right now. But you've got regular like authentication as well, right? So you can use regular wallets with it.
Hell yeah.
But like, how does that sort of work on the back end? Like, I don't get it. How does it all come together? Like, is there any technical information that you wanted to like, that's easy for someone like me to understand, or is it just like, well, if you don't get it, don't worry type situation? It just works, but
It would be easier for me to say the last one, but Montes, you want to take a stab at that one?
Yeah. Every time I say account abstraction, Anthony goes on a whole tirade about all of the abstractions, so I try to shy away from that term.
Okay, first of all, yes.
All of your accounts are CosmWasm smart contract instances, and we store data about your particular authentication methods in there. So, for instance, the pub keys of the wallets you've connected, or the identifier of the WebAuthn record that you're using, the subject ID and the audience for our JWT key. And all of those things let us do, basically it forks where signature verification checks in a normal transaction, and it just calls this contract and says, hey, if somebody said that with this transaction data and this signature, that you, this contract, are submitting a transaction. This is Larry 0x's account abstraction module that he posted for Cosmos community. And we wrote a custom contract that will let you store a map of different keys, rotate them, remove them, add them, blah, blah, blah. And as we get more concepts that can be validated, so essentially anything that can be signed, we can validate them in this contract to make sure that the person submitting the transaction actually is someone who can authorize via this contract.
so does that mean that you can have like multiple authorization methods on the same account? Okay, and so my only experience with it is that I logged onto the site, gave it my email address, it sent me a code. So the code, does anything rely on like a third party Web 2 application, or is it like self-contained?
So right now we're using a third-party email validation provider, like a Web 2 email validation provider that posts the public keys of the keys that sign for our project, and then we validate against those. We are interested in, and it's just hard to pursue along with everything else, ZK
Get ready for a
email
buzzword.
proofing.
Woo!
ZK,
Because
baby.
emails,
Okay, baby. I'm like, Montes, give me that. I can
Yeah.
fucking sell that shit. Build for ZK
Yeah.
humanity.
so ZK email is where we want that to eventually be, but to get moving quicker, we're doing validated JWTs. It's always just like how many external parties you can get out of the system, because your email provider is always going to be somebody who could take control of your account if they felt like it. So like ZK email doesn't get you away from that either.
Yeah, so it sort of is a point of security risk, I suppose. But I mean, another question I sort of had on the security side of things is it feasible that there can be cookie hijacking and stuff like that, which would sort of allow access to those accounts as well at the moment?
So not the way we've designed it. Basically, the way it works is you create your account, and then these dApps, they spin up like an ephemeral key that they can use to sign, and then you go through like sort of an OAuth flow where you give authz permissions to that ephemeral key to do only what that particular dApp is asking for. So, it kicks you over to a dashboard, and it's like, hey, this thing is asking for the rights to do X, Y, Z. And as we, build out the UX for this, it'll be like, this is an unsafe action. We don't recommend you accepting this, blah, 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 blah. So then the dApps themselves have this key that their flow stays very clean, in that they have this in-memory key that can only do a certain subset of actions. They can have that running in the background. and you can feel fairly safe that this DApp isn't going to, rug you or not do anything that you didn't give it explicit permission to do.
Which may be rugging you.
Yeah. So, I mean, part of the decentralized internet and freedom and sovereignty is if you want someone to rug you, then you should be allowed to give them that opportunity.
That's our motto at the company.
That is that neon sign just out of
Yeah.
shot in the background there.
Yeah, it's like choose rich, and then if you want someone to rug you, let them rug you.
Freedom to
Oh,
rug.
choose rich. I thought it was.
Fucking
I thought it was
choose
like.
rich.
I thought it was fucking live, laugh, love.
I did want to do the read, write, own, but in the font of live, laugh, love.
There's a bar across the road from our old offices that says "Live, laugh, shut the fuck up."
Love that.
It's just over the bar,
Yeah, I remember-
like in that same, that the
Oh,
script
nice.
as well. So it's like "Live, laugh, shut the fuck up." It's great.
I mean, it's not really like a fucking 3 or 4 letter thing, though, is it? It's like quite long.
It's not
Yeah,
a
it's-
pun.
It's not.
Okay, again, I don't think you know what a pun is.
Oh man.
Wait, I'm from England. I know what a fucking pun is.
I think you guys got dark humor. I appreciate that. Ricky Gervais, hilarious.
Ricky Gervais is a bellend, but yes, continue.
He's a ballerina.
He's a bellend.
Oh, hold on. let
Not
me
a pun.
Google that. Yeah.
That's not a bellend. He's just a cunt.
Oh my god, really?
You should image search it actually.
I don't want to do that one. I'm on the office Wi-Fi, and I'm gonna get yelled at again.
Oh look, pumped up fun. A new ticket just fucking popped up. Ben,
There goes another
Ben.
Solana.
I think I saw a stat that there was like 2,500 meme coins put on Solana in the last 24 hours.
per second, probably.
Holy, are you serious? Wow.
I mean,
We're back,
Don't
baby.
call me on that.
we're back.
They are 99.99% rugs.
No way.
No, way
As
more.
low
nags.
as that?
Way
No
more
way.
nags. Way more nags.
The
Yeah, way
the
more nice,
rugs,
baby.
the rugs are like so, like they don't even wait anymore. They just like go in, buy the initial
Yeah.
buy, wait until anyone buys it. and then
Literally
they're like,
anyone.
"Rug."
$5 of liquidity.
It's like 0.1 sol liquidity rug.
Not even
Because it only
spicy
costs
rugs.
Yeah, it costs
Not even
0.0.
gourmet rugs. You're looking for
Yeah.
a gourmet rugging experience, and what you're
at
getting
non-gourmet
is, like,
rugging prices. It's a shame.
Exactly.
It costs
but what-
0.02 sol to put the fucking thing up there. So as long as you're getting more than 0.02 sol in, rug, then boom, off you go, off to the races.
You're making minimum wage as a rugger.
Like if you did
I don't-
20,
I don't have a-
It ain't much, but
Yeah.
it's honest work.
Exactly. I don't hear enough credit being given to working class rugging. Just at the coal face,
Someone's gotta
clock
do it.
punching in 9 to 5
9 to 5.
take money from idiots. Just fully take Null's money, man. It's a difficult.
By the way, I did
mean-
want to clarify that when I said that Dog with Hat was in the top 100, it's actually number 49.
Holy shit.
that is impressive.
Yeah, arguably.
Kind of sums up this whole industry, I think.
Are we
Yeah,
back?
but it has a hat. I mean, it has it.
It does.
It's a dog with a hat.
It does. 48 actually since we've been on the call.
No way. It just
yeah,
changed.
it's on 48. Yeah.
Dude, it literally. Oh, that's incredible.
48.
Oh, I love that.
It's 48.
I mean, I love that.
577 million volume and a market cap of Dog with Hat of 2.6 billion.
I love this industry.
All right, fuck it.
There
I'm,
you go.
I'm putting my net worth in this today.
Today. Put
So
this on hold.
the
Anyone know a
Adam
quick way to liquidate
valuation
it?
is 5 billion. Dog with Hat is
2.6.
half of that.
Yep.
Well, dog with hat
Arguably
might have
more utility.
more utility. Yeah. I mean, they're both on Kraken, right? So I mean, they're both exit liquidity from wherever, man.
Yeah.
To
I mean,
wherever, man.
It's up 32% in 24 hours.
It's literally a dog
That
with a
sounds
hat.
like a totally unreversible situation.
Who created this?
Imagine it's like just about to beat Monero too, which like I love
It's
that.
moving up.
Good for it. It's gonna be on the Sphere. I'm telling you.
Their website is pretty pro though, and doesn't
It is
fucking
good.
mention
It
human.
reminds
it is
me of
pretty good, actually.
you guys remind me of the ETH rocks back in the day, which was we like the rocks.
Right.
It's giving that energy pretty hardcore.
I mean, they've spent at least a good, I don't
Still
know,
a good chunk of
$150 on someone like,
Uh-huh.
making.
I mean, it's
these
literally
images.
a dog with a hat. So
That's what it says.
I mean, that
bro.
doesn't even need Photoshop. You just jam a fucking hat on your dog and take a couple of photos with him with guns, and you're done.
yeah, you don't even need the guns. You just need to be with a hat.
Just hat.
Just
But
with
you
a
know,
hat.
like a dog is for life, not just for shit coins. So there is like it's fixed costs and variable costs, right? You know.
What the fuck are you on?
Well, we're breaking Artifact and Usurper's first rule, which is never be left with a bag of something you have to maintain after all the party goes away. You're still gonna have that dog
It's up
and the hat.
1,500% in what, a week? I mean, it seems like a good investment to me, folks.
I mean, that was in the show
For
notes
null, at
last
least.
week, so
Financial advice.
Mm-hmm.
that is financial advice.
Do we not want to
We should
like?
put our money where our mouth is, and we should all go buy right now.
You should.
I'm basking in the comparison between Solana and Ethereum.
Do tell.
The draw card for dog with hat is that it is literally a dog with hat.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Dog
Go
with
on.
hat isn't just a cryptocurrency. It's a symbol of progress for futuristic transactions, a beacon for those who think ahead. It's clear that the future belongs to those who embrace innovations like WIF. Transcending boundaries and paving a new era in finance and technology. Literally, a dog with hat. So, things are going against Ethereum. Not a dog, no hat.
least they-
Oh.
At least they
Things
need
going
wood.
against Solana.
I mean, that's
Not
a
a
pretty
dog.
sophisticated thesis
Man,
as an investor.
I
to
think
be
I have a
fair.
copy of The Intelligent Investor nearby, and there is a chapter that pretty much sums all this up.
Yeah,
Definitely
I mean,
is
there's
a dog.
like Benjamin Graham's main talking point, right? Is that
Mhm.
the dog
Pretty
must
much.
have a hat.
As long as it's with a hat, I think then it's fine.
If it has a hat, then it has a buyer.
Yes.
Long-term value is derived by the quality of the hat. So
Deep
you
fucking
must
value.
take the hat off the dog, potentially be savaged, inspect
Absolutely.
the hat.
Yeah.
Put
Well,
the
no,
hat
that's a
on
pun.
the dog.
Boy.
No, that's a pun. See, Trey, take note.
I don't need to take note.
Okay.
So how come you guys you said that you were going to launch without the zero knowledge circuit in place? What's the roadmap for that?
I think a $200,000 audit.
Right. So it is like it is code complete, but it's literally just like it's fucking expensive and there's some additional hoops to jump through.
It would definitely be. I mean, Montes is. You could take this, but it's definitely more of a post mainnet thing. Montes, you want to take that? Oh, be a delay.
I mean, getting audits on Cosmos chains to start is between like 50 and 100 grand, and auditing zero knowledge proofs usually involves auditing the entirety of the language. And there's only like 2 or 3 firms that are willing to do that. And it takes a long time and it's expensive. The ZK email team, though, they have working examples. They do like proof of Twitter via validating the forgot password email you receive from Twitter and like running a regex inside of it. We're currently working on a version that's similar to that, it just in reverse, where you would email anyone. Actually, it doesn't matter who you email, because the email gets signed the same way, with like a transaction body in it and like a SHA in the header to make sure it's not being, recast. But yeah, there's also some UX components of it we're trying to reason through, because everyone's pretty familiar with OTP. But like, hey, we're gonna fill in the body of an email and like send it to someone, and then they're gonna like run zero knowledge proof magic on it, is harder to explain.
So it's not like at that point it becomes pretty far divorced from just like an OAuth flow, right?
It's a little bit, right? You'd still, if you're signing into a DApp, you're trying to give it permissions, it kicks you over. Instead of signing with, a wallet or JWT, it requires you, hopefully, pre-fills an email with your, email client of choice, and then submits it. We're also thinking about maybe pre-building it on an off-chain service, and then sending it to the user. They can review it and then reply to it, and that would also sign it the same way. But there's a few different components of this that we're trying to work out.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I guess I've seen a couple of other like kind of versions of maybe how that's implemented, where it seems like that step where the kind of separation of the JWT from the actual email and how you actually contain that in the zero knowledge proof is actually like quite a serious hurdle in terms of user adoption and understanding of what's going on, let alone the UI involved.
Yeah. There's also some interesting work being done on JWTs. The trust assumptions kind of remain, but you can do a zero knowledge proof of a JWT that you hold in a client, and then submit that. The issue there is that client side zero knowledge proving is slow. So like, no one wants to wait 2 or 3 minutes to sign a transaction, right? Like, that's absurd, while also like losing 20% of your device's battery. So zero knowledge kind of makes these like fairly large jumps in speed and implementation. So we'll see where it is in like 6 months.
Yeah. Well, my understanding with some of the client side stuff was that there are ways of hot caching and whatnot that will, or at least after you've done the initial proof, if you have like kind of a capability style model where, like AuthZ, you've got certain things where you're revoking and permitting. Now, again, I'm not familiar enough with the actual implementation details of this to say, but like whether or not it's possible to amortize some of that pain by doing sort of an upfront work for an initial transaction that then is handed off to, say, like a secondary thing that's not a circuit, that's simply saying, oh yeah, from now on I have the permission to sign, given, like, say, the Cosmos model of how that works once an account is represented, because it's going to exist in that smart contract, like, moving forward, right?
Yeah. I'm curious to hear more about it. One of the other issues that we experience is like most people are using our service through mobile phones. So you can do some decent like client-side zero knowledge proving on like a MacBook with like 20 gigs of RAM. But if you're on like, a 2-year-old Android device, it's not happening.
I guess when I'm thinking of clients, I'm generally like a developer going like, hey, who doesn't have a reasonable MacBook right now? Or not MacBook, but a reasonable laptop. Obviously I use a MacBook.
Yeah. We like to joke that like we chose the hardest possible audience because they're non-technical and they're mobile forward. So everything we build needs to be like cognizant of the limitations of that.
Right. But that's also, that's obviously the market you're creating, right? That's the value you're trying to provide. So there's got to be a balance of how complicated that can get. To that point, like, I think like this abstraction idea is, I think, huge for onboarding new users and getting to the next billion and all this kind of shit. But is it a feature or is it a chain? Like, do you think that you guys forge ahead and then everybody else goes, oh, this totally makes fucking sense. Let's just take this idea and bring it to the chains that we have. And like, are you guys concerned about that at all? Like, is that the hook and the reason that projects come to you, or is it beyond that?
I think two things. I think it's like number one is obviously speed when it comes to that. I think there's a lot of projects right now that are like very DeFi focused, and that's just not an opportunity that we're really looking at.
Yeah.
And so I do think on a shorter time horizon, we do create this kind of market of like pretty large total addressable markets, consumer applications, mobile first, things that haven't really existed. And then I think we've been, I think that's a great question on like, will people just kind of we'll be looking at this and trying to do it later. And I think that's like why we're working on kind of expanding to other chains relatively quickly.
What do you mean by that?
Like as I said, with like Nomos, where you can use generalized abstraction to use Talus through Zion, which is the marketplace and Injective.
Yeah.
So it's kind of going to be a race of how quickly can we expand and how quickly can teams like Polymer and Union help us expand to like EVM or Arbitrum and be able to kind of facilitate that and be more collaborative rather than kind of like a siloed project. I think that's the one thing we wanted to avoid, was being another silo L1 that had to compete for users in this like cesspool.
I mean, honestly, you should be building the same abstraction to pump that fund. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I mean, seriously, like, we've been 3/4 of this call, we've been talking about this stupid shit around that. If you want to bring on 1 billion users, there you go. Like, that's a good way of, like, maybe not. I mean, not the Solana, but that same type of project for sure.
Totally.
Yeah. No, you just want dog with hat.
We
proud
are
owner, dog with hat. 1,000 dog with hat.
We're gonna need
it's
to
not
see
on
proof.
fucking Binance. Get the fuck out of here.
It's on fucking Binance.
Get the fuck out of here. Is it on Kraken? There's no way
it's on Binance. Of course, it's on Binance.
Yeah, no, it's in the top 100.
Right?
It's on Binance.
It's there.
In the top 50, it's on Binance. Fuck me.
Kraken holding on. Like, we don't believe in it.
I mean, to be fair, like
Kraken the holdout. We're not doing it, man.
This is
Kraken.
This is not what we built this for.
Kraken very narrowly avoided the regulation hammer.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're on thin ice and they know it. They're just like
it's on Kraken.
No, I can't find it. Is it?
The ticker is
I don't know where.
What's the ticker? WIF, right?
WIF, yeah.
And that's not Kraken.
I mean, Binance has got it on 5x too, so you can go full degen on that shit.
You can margin it all.
No financial advice.
Just guys, if you ever lost money, make it back in one trade. That is how you make it in this industry.
That's the key. You guys,
that's also how Vegas works.
Everything you have, one trade. That's how you do it.
And I mean, they say the house rarely wins. That's like
that's right.
That's
if you're
what gamblers tell me all the time.
You just keep pushing more in.
Remember, 99% of people give up right before they're about to hit it big.
That's right. That's exactly right. Not financial advice.
We could do a pretty good supercut of every bit of bad financial advice on this particular episode. I don't know what it is about.
There's been a lot, but like
we've
every time
we've never given any financial advice.
But then
the only thing we give here is tax
humanity.
Every time you get wrecked, you're getting wrecked for humanity. So it's fine.
For humanity. Yeah.
For humanity.
We're
the thing is,
for humanity.
Yeah.
Yeah. But fuck humanity, right?
Well, no, right?
Hold up. Hold up. Wait. I just thought about it.
I hear where you're coming from.
I'm just putting it out there and play devil's advocate, right?
No, we hear you.
Let's imagineer a narrative, right?
Okay.
Fuck humanity. Your rejoinder.
Yeah. Peter's on our ass.
Peter.
I think there might be something here, like
a
project that focuses on making crypto UX worse.
Do you want a marketing job?
This feels like last time
Yeah,
I worked for a startup.
It's
a
We're looking.
project that makes sure that every time you make a
You have a
transaction,
terrible-
you have to enter the 20 words.
I mean, isn't that what Sui did?
Yeah, honestly, it's gonna be really
have to
funny
enter
because we're
the-
gonna try really hard to make a bad UX, and it's just going to be crypto.
Yeah, I mean,
You have to type in the 24 words individually, but also in hex.
so I'm gonna fucking just say I'm just gonna say this. I'm just gonna say this because it is factually correct. If you went and did what you have just described, mate, the most adversarial dog shit, cypherpunk meme bullshit UI, it would be a top 50 meme coin because people
Easily.
would be like, yo, the best thing about when you're trading this and you're trying to fucking time the rug is that it goes to the screen and you're like, I'm gonna cash out, I'm gonna be a millionaire, and then you got to type your fucking 24 words like a fucking, and by the time you've typed the fifth one, you're broke. It's amazing.
but we
you have
rebase
to
it every
type the
24
20
hours.
You have to type those 24 words into your ledger with the two little buttons.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Yeah, if you get it, and if you get it wrong, it
With
just
spelling
fucking-
mistakes.
it just locks you
Yeah,
out. It's
exactly.
just like,
yeah, right,
it's
right.
like,
There's no
no.
spell check either. It doesn't like automatically select the word. You actually have to type every letter of that
You
word.
have everything in.
It just
Yeah.
deletes the private key from the ledger. It just goes boom, no dice.
Well,
get
I
one-
think what you really
one
should do is
retry.
you should broadcast transactions, but it should also broadcast the private keys. That's
Smart.
really what I think.
That
we
this
should
feels like a notional project.
do. It's funny.
I was
because
actually
would
thinking-
love to do this.
Like we have a lot of asymmetric key encryption blockchains, right? And it's tried, and we know where that gets you.
Yeah, whatever.
We have not
boring.
tried symmetric key encrypted blockchains.
We
And
kind of do.
like-
what are you talking?
but like they're so much faster to sign and verify.
There's a lot. There's a lot
Montes, that's
going on there.
literally even like OddZ. What are you talking about? That's literally
Symmetric keys
what you're talking.
are when the key to the public key and the
No, I
private key are
know.
the same key.
No, well,
Let him
I don't
talk,
think
man.
you
I
know.
don't fucking know.
I don't
do
think
that.
you know.
we can do that. What I'm telling you is
Don't
we
think
can
you
do
know.
that. I'm saying it's closer to what we have now than asymmetric encryption.
Yeah, I'm gonna add like an AES key authenticator.
Like, just send it. I like it.
Yeah, like anybody who sees the transaction can then do whatever they want with your account.
I think we should make an NFT marketplace
I mean, that'd
where
be kind of like quite a cool meme chain. It's just you are transacting in the open and everybody can take hold of your account.
yeah.
In fact, do you know what would be a fucking
I
cool
wonder.
chain? Do you know what would be a fucking cool chain, actually? Is that your first interaction, your single first interaction is fully private, and then the next one broadcasts your private key with the transaction. So if you move, you die.
Well,
you
I think
you basically only get one transaction privately, and then your next one, a bot or whoever, can come
Well-
after you immediately after it. So if you wanted to do anything on the chain, you'd probably have to script it with a bot and then just execute it really
Okay.
fast and be like, properly meving to shit.
what we should do is
MEVing to shit. Meving.
we should
whatever.
Cybele it, right, to make sure it's only humans. But what we should do is no gas fees, right? And now it's a game of king of the hill, right? Because you could just free reign, take accounts from anyone and send it. And I think that is a solid idea. But we make sure that it's Cybele resistant, right? Like it's all humans.
Okay,
Yeah, we make sure it's
I-
Sybil resistant. The hardest problem in computer science
You could-
related to this
You
particular
can do
area of
that. Just have the
technology.
fucking pick 4 photos of a bicycle and call it a goddamn day. We're fine.
I have
That's-
just come up with the better version of a bridge,
let's
a
hear it.
fiat to chain bridge. Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so your blockchain has an AI, of course.
Nah, I mean,
And
naturally,
how
we need the
you-
valuation.
it's a burn mint contract, and how you
It's a bridge.
do the actual bridge is that the blockchain has to ingest a video of you burning Benjamins.
Well, so Namantis, do you want to take where I think you're going to take that?
We were going to start a dollar-backed stable coin, but to get the token, you had to bring us cash, and to get the value out, you had to catch
one of those
the cash out
carnival-
of the air in one of those air spinning machines.
Makes
We still
perfect
might do it
sense.
at like conferences. Like if you wanna cash out of the stablecoin, you go to like one of those. It's like one of those carnival booths where the money's flying everywhere, and you gotta like grab it.
Oh, the
Give me,
crystal
like, 30
maze,
seconds.
like the crystal maze.
I was just at a conference where they had that shit to win a prize of the same value of the shit that you could catch. But people have figured it out now, man. You just pull your shirt out, and you got it.
You can't do that. No, there's no loopholes here.
See, we use only freshly cut dollar bills, so they're extra paper cutty, and it will mess you up if you try to do that.
We bring cattle
you-
plugs to every event, so don't fuck around at our booth. Is what we're telling you. 'Cause
Can
we
you
will.
lube yourself up first so that it sticks to you? And you
Question-
like roll it
question-
around.
I'm noticing a dog without a hat behind you.
Where's Luna's hat, man?
Oh yeah.
Wait, you named your
Is
dog
there
after the
eating time?
blockchain?
I was just. gonna
Yeah,
That's
say
right, I
that.
did.
Did you name the dog after the
To
failed
be fair,
cryptocurrency?
Doe named his kid Luna. If anyone remembers that.
Really?
That's the joke.
Uh-huh.
That's the joke.
Gonna have to rename that dog, dude. For the listeners, Schultze is nodding.
Yes, I was nodding. while
For the
petting said
listeners,
dog.
for the listeners,
So listeners,
why?
listen back later
why are you
on.
here? Why are you here?
I mean, I imagine a lot of listeners who are regulars think that every week, and yet,
And yeah, here we
Well,
are.
How many?
Yeah,
viewers-
yeah.
how many listeners do we have?
right now about 20 live, which is
Okay.
about par for the course for a bear market. But apparently we're back, and yet it's fucking 20. What's
Yeah.
going on with that now?
Well, that's to be fair, that's like 3x our normal.
To be
For
fair, it's
live,
been
for
2
live,
hours.
it's high. Yeah, for live, it's high.
It's been a while.
So
I think 600 a
I
week or
guess-
something like that.
I guess Anthony doesn't know that this is actually a podcast. It gets uploaded onto like
No, I have no idea.
the shit.
How would you know that?
Yeah, it
I
gets
got a
uploaded to the
message
shit,
2
and then
minutes
people
before.
download it. That's why sometimes you say for the listeners.
So am I
They like
am
to
I
be
going to
included.
get like those Andrew Tate clips where it's going to be like a clip of me with some pretty intense background music, like
No.
Build for Humanity, and then no.
I mean,
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
Well, I
So,
mean, it
yeah,
was a community
Yeah,
that
but-
would do it. I wouldn't. I mean, you could have watched the Dune movie in the time that this goddamn podcast would have been live. Pretty
We don't really have
stop reminding me of
a
that.
community.
Man. I mean, this is
like
just
our community is a SAF, so
A what?
Okay. I was just gonna.
Yeah,
prove
that's
that Pat did.
true.
I didn't know what he said.
I have
we
no
get we
idea.
get we get direct feedback from our core listeners. That's
Is there is there
core
any
listener.
Sorry, that's I think we're going to have to explain the joke to the guests because nobody likes the best jokes are the ones that need explaining, obviously.
Of course,
Clearly.
So
it's like a frog,
Asaf-
only funny when you dissect it.
Exactly. I mean, I also dissect frogs for fun, but that's another story. So Asaf from Secret watches our podcast and then gives us feedback on Twitter about things he liked and didn't like.
Is
Hi,
it live
Asaf.
feedback? Do you think we get anything now?
No, it's usually after the fact.
Thursday mornings. Yeah.
Like a week later.
Yeah.
When he,
Exactly.
is a
Like I
regular.
say,
What
hey,
if we-
Asaf,
What if
We
we all
like
went
you.
around the circle and just gave critiques of Asaf?
I think that's a good. I think that's. good. I
There
think we should
are
do that.
no critiques of Asaf. There are none.
Okay.
I mean that vote weighted thing. I'll start off with a critique.
You trying to alienate our only fucking reader? Jesus.
We're trying
Reader.
to engage the
Wrong
audience here.
sentence. No,
What?
you
It's
listen
like,
with
oh,
your
let's-
ears, you
let's
read
roast
with
the
your eyes.
community.
Frey, what are you
Yeah,
on?
I mean,
Noel said, "Are you trying to alienate our only reader?" And I was like,
I was just
This is-
testing to see if you're awake, man.
"This is an audio book, not a book."
Yeah, isn't it like
Evidently.
late at night for you?
It's first thing in the morning for Noel.
Well, good morning.
Hey there.
Top of the morning.
Top of the morning.
Soon I'll float outside upside down and get a coffee.
Lovely stuff. So Asaf, we appreciate the vote weighted joke. That was legendary. Give us another memeable joke of that caliber, please. It has been 18 months. That's my only critique. I think that's it. Can't think of anything else.
I have no critique.
Oh, there's a
of,
whole
a
comment
stat.
section. I didn't even see this.
Oh, really? It's like right next to the image. Like,
No, I was in the private chat. I thought that was the whole thing. I don't need his fucking attitude, though. I'm gonna be real here.
well,
Um,
you know, you've got it.
I think the last comment was an hour ago. It seems like everyone's
Everyone's
dissipated.
tabbed away to the porn.
Yeah,
Yep.
I get it. I understand.
Or Helldivers too, probably.